My name is Anja Düll. I'm from BASF and I work in the human resource area there, and we are responsible for human resource strategies and new development, and the lab I work in is demographic change. We decided to launch this project since we realized that demographic change already is a very important mega trend today, and we are also sure that it will be very important in the future, and we are convinced that companies that see demographic change as a strategic success factor and will respond accordingly, will be able to have a competitive advantage in the future. In our business, one example for the relevance of demographic change, by instance, is the high discussed shortage of high qualified employees. And another example is the aging of the workforce. At BASF, for example, today 55% of the workforce is between 35 and 55 years old, but in 2020 already this majority will be between 50 and 65 years old. So to make sure that a company can keep its good position and it can keep its productivity and innovation strength, it is very important to take action today. And so we didn't want to do it on our own. We realized that it's really important to do it on a bigger area with other partners, and that's why we chose to start the lab. Yeah.
My name is Sabine Pieper and I'm an HR manager working for Evonik Industries in Essen, Germany, and I'm responsible for the HR strategy and controlling regional worldwide. In March 2007, BASF, SAP, eConsens and Evonik, working together with BMW, Hitachi, ThyssenKrupp Steel, Metro and Volkswagen, we established the European network, the so-called Laboratory Demographic Change, and it helps companies and stakeholders to harness the risk and opportunities brought about by the demographic change. And we created a completely new concept, incorporating information and discussion elements, motivation and activation instruments, as well as action and implementation strategies. Yes, we have implemented a few things. I'd like to mention it first. An online portal. This is the www.demographicinfo.eu. This gives the users an insight into all laboratories modules. It consequently compiles the dialogue workshop results. It presents the current status of the project. And last but not least, it publishes good examples or best practice examples in companies. Then we have another online portal. This is the demographic-risk-map.eu. This is conceived to help companies to integrate demographic change into their strategic planning. And it analyzes the impact of demographic change in 264 regions across Europe on the basis of selected regional criteria. Then we have a booklet called Jointly Tackling Demographic Risk in Europe. Then we have a flyer, Demographic Risk Map. And last but not least, we have our regular workshops, stakeholder workshops throughout regions in Europe. Those workshop dialogues are a means of bringing together all the people in Europe around one table, jointly to discuss and map out a sustainable framework for successful tackling this issue. Then we have the motivation to tackle the demographic risk and take advantage of the chances coming out of the demographic change. The companies and the stakeholder needs information that are tailored to their objectives, that are scientifically reliable and easily accessible. And you can find all those things on our online portal, the demographic map. The last thing I'd like to mention is our solution workshops. The laboratory brings together a panel of specially selected experts on each subject that aims to assist the problem-solving process, or they support in developing a solution strategy. And workshops held up to now looked at networking with ministries, SAP-supported age structure analysis, controlling of demographic projects, and at last, the linkage of the demographic map into the strategic HR planning.